Let's now take you to this matter where President Cyril Ramaphosa has applauded the strong Chinese and South African bilateral relations. He says the two countries have the potential to ensure mutual economic growth, development and common prosperity. South Africa is now China's biggest trade partner in Africa. That is with exports to China exceeding $54.3 billion. That's up by 50.7% year on year. He was speaking at the virtual Chinese New Year celebrations.
Dear friends in South Africa, in the People's Republic of China, and around the world, I wish you all well as we usher in the Chinese Year of the Tiger, an animal that symbolizes strength, bravery and independence. As we recover and rebuild in the wake of COVID-19, it is our wish that the comprehensive strategic partnership between China and South Africa will lead to mutual economic growth, development and common prosperity. Prosperity for ourselves, for our respective regions, and for the rest of the world. In the year ahead, our focus will be ending the pandemic, alleviating poverty, reducing inequality and creating more jobs. South Africa is grateful to the People's Republic of China for its support throughout the pandemic and particularly for working to ensure that Africa has greater access to COVID-19 vaccines.
Right, for more on this, we're joined by our reporter, Pelane Phakgadi, who joins us in studio. Pelane, very good morning to you. A very brief address by President Cyril Ramaphosa, but emphasizing some of the key points, the economy, COVID-19, and creating wealth for the country.
Creating wealth for the country, and I think, it is very much important to note that although China is the biggest economy, or if not one of the biggest economy in the world, but we are not their biggest trader, and we are not really the biggest trader as far as that is concerned. But in South Africa, we do understand currently $33 billion had gone in exports to China over the last year. So that is the highest margin since 2015. And you've heard from the president today, as they were celebrating the new year of the Chinese, that there was that need for more development emphasis and mutual relations to continue to ensure that there is a mutual wealth for both countries. I think the economy needs some sort of a booster. There's the issues around the beneficiation of minerals and minerals that are mined by China in the country. I'm sure those are continuous talks that the government might be having with the Chinese government. And just one thing to note, which on the lighter side, is to say that the Chinese Communist Party will be going for its 20th elections this year, Congress, and here in South African soil, the ANC is going for its 55th National Congress at the end of the year. So all this, I'm sure, the mutual policies that have been talking about all these years, the trades that have been going on since 1998 formally between China and South Africa might be coming into sharp focus, in particular the issue around the beneficiations of minerals. So China is using South Africa as a gateway into the rest of Africa. That has been one notable item for the last few years. We are part of BRICS, China, so that we enjoy more friendlier relations with the Chinese government. Hence, you saw the president today giving that address as they celebrated the Year of the Tiger, as they call it. So we would be very much important as well as the year goes in to see the kind of relations that the South African government will be fostering with China, whether those relations will be beneficial to South African government, the South Africans as well, through the beneficiation you and I have been talking about, and as well as through the investments into the mining sector, which is China is investing in the mining sector. That's the second biggest here in African soil as far as the investments are concerned. So billions of rands being pumped into South Africa, hopefully with mutual benefit to the South African government through these kind of relations.
We heard the President speaking about the importance of some of the goals set out for South Africa in ending the COVID-19 pandemic and working towards those efforts. How does China step in assisting South Africa?
Well, already China had stepped in during the height of COVID-19, level 5 at the time, where there were donations made, and there's also research capabilities that have been shared within the two countries as far as COVID-19 is concerned. The issue around the vaccination rollout programs, some of the benchmarks were taken from how the Chinese reacted to the initial breakout earlier last year, and that in itself, I would assume that the President was talking about on how they can continue to benefit one another in the continuation of not only of vaccination drive, but as well as the acquisition of those rights to ensure that the vaccines are being produced here on South African soil. Some of them, even if the digital print is with the Chinese side, they could be able to share them through bilateral means with South Africa so that they can continue not only to produce for South Africa, but for the rest of the African continent.
Very well. Let's leave it there for now. Our reporter, Pelane Phakgadi, giving us a sense of what came out of a very brief address by President Cyril Ramaphosa as he spoke and applauded the strong Chinese and South African bilateral relations on the virtual Chinese New Year celebrations.